Definitely more of a local to there than here. Okay, onto the grid we come then. Let's have a quick look. Is anybody missing? I can't see anybody from my vantage point.
No, it looks like we're all here.
Right, and then for another great scrap here then, I reckon. Here we go. Lights about to go out. And second on the grid has made the best.
Connor Thompson.
It is Thompson, I thought it was.
So repeat from what he did earlier on today. Max Hardy's looking for the inside line.
Yeah, and Lofthouse I think might have been relegated to third place there. So a little bit going right and wrong for a few people down there as they sort themselves out, shuffle themselves down through the Craner curves for the first time. Let's see them all safely through there, which is a good place to see people safely through. They come out of Craner up towards Schwantz curve then, power the way out of Schwantz. And so down the old hairpin, Starkey's Bridge, then it's Schwantz. Of course, Schwantz is the curve there, then it's McLean's. I'll learn my way around this circuit one day.
It's annoying, isn't it? They took away the bridges.
yeah, exactly. Starkey's is a lot easier when there's a bridge there, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, out of Coppers we go then for the first time. And back onto the straight.
So quite a significant lead from Connor Thompson already out in front of this one. Of course, Connor Thompson
that's a big lead. Wonder where he found that gap from.
Got experience in BSB as well. He did a British Superbike wildcard last year in the Superbike class.
Okay.
Did Connor Thompson, Max Lofthouse, Max Hardy and Scott Halliday up next ahead of that's Aaron Dakin. So Aaron Dakin's having a really good weekend so far. He had the fastest lap for a little bit earlier on today, didn't he? He was first at the Clubman's. So Aaron Dakin, we've seen him out previously. He is 10th coming into this weekend in the championship after taking 4 wins at Snetterton 300 the first time round.
Yeah, okay. You got to turn up every meeting pretty much if you want to claim a championship, or certainly not leave it until the last meeting to show up. That's for sure. Nonetheless, very impressive performance from Aaron Dakin so far this weekend.
Lap record to 109, is that right?
Yes, that's where we're at. Yeah, so I think we're going to struggle. It's getting a bit chillier out there. It's certainly getting a bit darker out here as well. A little bit of wind, not too much. But I can see the marshals have got their overcoats on. I certainly don't blame them for that. It's definitely got a little bit of a chill in the air. And it's also, the light is, we haven't lost it yet, but it's all of a sudden, any lights you can see are really bright, aren't they? Like the red light at the end of the pit lane, for example. They're really sticking out.
I can see it in the reflection of the window, and it puts me off every time.
I know, exactly. That's what made me think of it. It is, quite annoying. So we might need our running lights on very shortly as Thompson leads over the line. Then look at 109.371. I'm going to have to look at the lap record a bit closer there because he's come across the line with a 2.5 second advantage. The lap record as it stands at the moment, 109.2? 109.239. Wow, that is very close to it. So we're fractions of a second away, 102.239. So yeah, a little over a tenth of a second away from that lap record. Certainly Thompson looks like if anybody's going to get it, it's going to be him. Lofthouse, a new champion, Max Hardy. How good does that sound to the family? Well done everybody. Vanessa and Mark will be so proud of their only son there. Scott Halliday in a solid 4th place at the moment. Aaron Dakin just a quarter of a second or so behind. Luke Wallington, man who should be runner-up in the championship. He is in 6th place. And David Kraviecki. We've got Whitney, Collins, Logan, Rose, Thompson, Hartle, Jones, Everson, Wren, Hill, Driscoll, Wood, Rawlings, Pays, Harvey, Galuch, Fiorini and Parnell. Leaders back down the back straight into the chicane once more. The Roberts chicane, that is. And does Thompson go any quicker this time? 109.371, time to beat. No, it's 109.614. So very, very good lap time. Certainly quicker than anybody else. Well, actually, not that lap. Max Lofthouse pulls in a 109.602. So at the moment, he's looking good for second on the grid. But they dearly love to claim that lap record. Max goes with him. They're still a couple of seconds back. Max has got Scott Halliday for very close company, though, just 0.2 of a second back. And Aaron Dakin just another half second or so back there. So we're not expecting any rain today. The cloud coverage is very heavy, very thick. But there's no rain on the sky, but unfortunately we believe a storm is coming across overnight, which will put a damper on proceedings to say the least. Okay. Leaders already up towards, so what you look at?
V4 Ducati there, just coming across the line for Parnell, that's Mark Parnell.
Cool, nice machine.
Well, race leaders making their way around Coppice and onto the back straight then.
Sorry mate, go on. Purple there for Lofthouse in sector 1.
There is, 10th of a second quicker than Connor Thompson.
And that was a PB for Thompson as well on that lap, so he's coming. that, if he can back that up with a second half, it's not a big second half, remember, that could be lap record territory. We're looking for a 109.2, 109.1, that's a lap record. There we go, it's a 109.3 there for Lofthouse behind him. So Connor Thompson does indeed claim a lap record ahead of Lofthouse. Hardy, who can't go there, he's in the 110, so's Halliday. So yet another lap record. It's not a great day for lap records, but I'll tell you what, that's our fourth one of the day, which is not too shabby given how cold it is out there, mate.
It's not what we'd have expected this morning, is it?
No, genuinely not, because I was expecting the lap records to maybe we get close. I really didn't think we'd see any going. So unfortunately, the fastest man at the club was Josh Wainwright, is now Connor Thompson. So there we go, another change. I could just about pencil that one in, because if it rains tomorrow, there's definitely going to be no change in proceedings at all. Because that's Thompson, not Thompson. There we go.
Well, they're down the back straight now and in towards the braking zone, and it's purple in sector number 1 for Max Lofthouse again. And this time around, here comes Connor Thompson and Max Lofthouse, first and second position. The gap was 2.6, and as they come across the line now, it's a 109.270 for Max Lofthouse. So
he's very close to the lap record, the old lap record, as you say. Yeah, would have been a 2:39. So yeah, just a few tenths away from it with the 3:270.
Well, there goes David Krawiecki and Aaron Collins. Aaron Collins, he is second of the Clubmans at the moment. What's the Clubman 1,000 lap record, actually?
Clubman 1,000 lap record. Now let's chuck that into the mix as well. Good point, Morgan Greasy, 1:10.642.
Well, Darren Dakin's done a 1 minute 10.594.
Wow.
In fact, did a 1 minute 10.144 earlier on today, so that's a new lap record.
Good spot on that one. We didn't notice that one earlier, did we? So
lap record number 5.
Lap record number 5. We better go through the results very carefully. Yeah. Well, actually, you laugh, but the retros is something I tend to look at the results after the particular race meeting, which obviously means I can do it in peace and quiet and stuff like that. Retros, you need to do a 1:10.8.
Ah, yeah.
Okay,
that's what we could probably not look at.
We're calling a halt there, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, that's Steve Butterworth, and Steve came out to play, exactly. Steve came out to play a little bit earlier in the year, only came out on park, took 3 wins, so yeah, if you're going to get one of Steve Butterworth's lap records, you better be having a good day, that's for sure.
And he is the reigning Retro 1,000 champion.
He is at the moment. No, he got 2 championships last year. He got the Clubman and the Retro.
Because he was fighting for the Ultras, but Morgan got that one.
That's right, yeah. So no, he very nearly claimed 3 championships last year. He was he definitely had a good time of it, shall we say?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say
the least of it.
Well, there goes Tommy Jones across the line now, a man who's taken victory in the Rookie 1,000 races so far today. He is currently 10th overall and 4th in the Clubmans. Carl Thompson comes across the line just about leading the 77 of Craig Everson, and just behind them is Logan Hill, Hartle, Wood, Wren, and the 95 of Jack Driscoll, who is not credited as being with the Clubman, even though he was in the Rookie 1,000 race earlier. So we'll just double check that one later on in the day. As the 606 of Peter Gavriluch, the third of the 3 Retro 1,000 riders in this race, comes towards us. So here comes Connor Thompson and Max Lofthouse with plenty of fresh air underneath the front wheel of that Fireblade. And they're into the low to mid 1 minute 10s now, Keith. So it's a 0.9 of a second difference between Connor Thompson and Max Lofthouse. Then it's Max Hardy, who is 7.5 seconds adrift, but he won't care too much. He's already wrapped up the MRO Powerbike Championship, so good stuff there for Max Hardy. Then it's Scott Halliday, who's only 0.3 of a second behind him, and Aaron Dakin half a second behind Halliday, and that is your top 5 overall, with Luke Wallington 2.1 seconds adrift. Aaron Collins is through now on David Krawiecki. 1.1 seconds is the gap, and a personal best on that previous lap for the number 48 BMW rider of Aaron Collins. Then it's Matt Whitney in 9th overall ahead of Tommy Jones, rounding out the top 10 with 2.5 laps to go.
Well, we're running out of laps and we're running out of light very rapidly here indeed. I don't know what time it gets dark in these parts, but hopefully we've got at least another hour's racing, but I can see us having a few carryover races till tomorrow, unfortunately. We've got the Thunderbike Sport coming up next. Then, we might get away with it. You never know your luck in the big city, but it's certainly going to be very tight because red flags have definitely put us behind the 8 ball, haven't they, Bradley?
Yeah, they've not helped. Well, the gap is now down to
somebody going straight on there. Just caught it on the camera. Two people going straight on there.
Where we look?
Actually, we'll have a look in the pit lane.
Oh yeah, that is Aaron Dakin and Luke Wallington.
Oh dear, oh dear. So they've outbraked themselves quite successfully there. Well, they don't lose any places even to each other, but they've certainly come across the line very slowly in relative terms.
So the gap between Thompson and Lofthouse is now down to 0.2 of a second. It was hovering between half a second to 1 second, but now it's down to less than a quarter of a second, Keith, with 2 laps to go.
Well, the laps count down, not a lot left here at all. Yeah, only one race for these guys tomorrow. They might be grateful of that. Oh, that's going to be a challenge up there at Coppers, isn't it? Is that the leaders there?
It certainly is. As they go, the lights went out pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know what sort of times they just did. Nobody goes to any particular time. We haven't got a full breakdown here. Thompson and Lofthouse were separated by just 0.2 of a second across the line last time. This time, I'm going to be surprised if it's side by side or if it changed around. Wait and see. Here it comes, nose to tail stuff. Pretty much there's literally 2-3 bike lengths between them over the line. That translates into 0.1 of a second with 1 lap left to go. And you just know that Lofthouse is going to chuck everything out. He has a look down the inside. Is that him going?
Yeah, so
goes a little bit wide on Thompson. Thompson, the new lap record holder. I tell you what, he's going to have to pull another lap record out of the back here. Is very determined. Lofthouse goes 1/10 of a second quicker. Hardy goes over the line for his best time of the race at 10.437, but the pace is a 1:09 from Thompson and Lofthouse. These two are just going to go for it. We're going to try and see them when we pick them up at Schwantz. We don't get much of a view from anywhere else. Here they go. There could be a back marker to play with as well, because these guys are coming quickly. That's Thompson. That's Lofthouse at the moment leading ahead of Thompson. Now who's going to get the back marker trumble here? It's the back markers aren't slow, but these guys are so fast. The lights went out in reverse order as you'd expect them. On to back straight we go. It's the number 14 of Lofthouse leading the way. Hopefully that back marker is actually far enough away that there's not going to be a problem. Are we going to see a suicide squeeze at the last corner? No, we're not. It looks like it is going to be Lofthouse on Thompson. He does it brilliantly. Gives us a bit of fresh air under the front wheel as he powers across the line to a very impressive win, but I think he's going to be a little bit annoyed when he sees the lap time of his rival there, who goes 0.1 of a second. In fact, Lofthouse was under the lap record, but unfortunately Thompson was that little bit further under the lap record by 4/100ths of a second. So that's very close racing indeed, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, that's what we like to see from the MRO Powerbikes. And
Max Hardy picks up third ahead of Scott Hulley. Aaron Dakin claims at the first of the Clubbins, then Lukey Wallington's over the line. Next to the Clubbins, go on, what do you see there, mate?
Play to Aaron Collins. That's an impressive wheelie for him on that BMW.
Well, he managed to finish 1.6 seconds ahead of Whitney, then Krabiecki. And Jones should round at your top 10 and be able to claim 4th of the Clubbins. Yep, indeed, Tommy Jones, another good weekend for him. What's the matter there? You got a weird look on your face. Yeah, you.
Yeah, so Matt's just made a good point there, Matt Welleroy, in that coming into this weekend, Aaron Collins had 70 points over Luke Blackford. Luke Blackford's not here this weekend, so that confirms Aaron Collins as runner-up in the championship.
Yes, of course, that's the trouble. We're not looking very closely at the placings in the championship. You're right. So yeah, Luke Blackford's not here. Carl Thompson's not having much of a run either.
Well, Carl Thompson in that race got 6th position, so 10 points in that one. So